All right, good morning. Welcome back. You're watching Morning Cafe. It's Relationship Wednesday. As you all know, okay, if you didn't know, it's Relationship Wednesday. We are talking about breakups, drama, and when all is well. Is posting about your relationship really a good idea in an era where social media has become a stage for relationship? But is love really love if it's not posted? Or does real love thrive in privacy? And we're asking a lot of questions this morning. Should couples post each other? Or does keeping things private mean keeping things safe? We are asking, does social media strengthen relationships or create unnecessary pressure? As always, our lines are open for you to call us in to interact with us. Dr. is here. We have a very huge panel as well to interact with each and everyone of you. The number will be on your screen in a short while, and on our social media platforms as well as at TV47 Kenya on Facebook and YouTube, and on X at TV47 News KE. Let's get right into it. Dr. Julius Kimani, of course, karibu tena, a counseling psychologist to help us understand the deeper emotional and psychological effects of sharing or not sharing our relationships online. I just want to start with the panel before, of course, we come to Daktari. And Rejoice, I remember your name because I've seen you here before, and it's an honor to have you back. So what does privacy in a relationship mean to you, Rejoice?
Okay, all right. So privacy in a relationship for me means...
Use your mic kindly.
Okay, so for me, privacy in a relationship means respect. Because again, it is the two of you, the couple, that define what you want in a relationship. Do you want privacy or do you want to be out here? So for me, basically, it comes to respect. Yeah, as a couple.
All right. Jonah, maybe you can take that too. What does privacy mean to you in a relationship?
Okay, first I would want to start with this. Okay, we live in a society whereby we have many people with friendly faces, but they are jealous. So privacy is a key thing in relationship. Since privacy will show the trust and the trustworthy. Yeah, so I think privacy is all about trust and trustworthy, and not exposing much to the social media.
Yeah. Trust and trustworthy in what terms? Do you say that if I'm posting my partner, it means trusting them more, or they're trusting me more?
No, sometimes it brings issues. So like someone can, in a relationship, it involves two partners.
Yeah.
So at first a relationship, I believe partners or couples should set guidelines on regarding social media, the posted and privacy. They should agree on one thing, because
boundaries.
Because you can find that partners, one of them is on the posted side and the other one is on the privacy side. So it's very difficult to come into an agreement. So I usually say, before getting into a relationship, you should first agree on which side to take it as a couple.
Kevin, you can take that too. Just give him the mic. What does the privacy mean to you in a relationship?
Privacy for me in a relationship is letting people to know what you're comfortable with them knowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just posting what you want them to know, not everything.
Something that you're comfortable with.
Okay.
You know, if you can post everything, maybe that some of the confidential things, maybe you're posting confidential stuffs on your timeline, which can maybe predispose your relationship to maybe other predators. I think it might cause an havoc on your relationship.
So you say that posting, maybe your woman, if you were to post her, it will make men prey on her?
Not really, but you know, you won't be posting your women that much often. Maybe the way maybe she's dressed, maybe the way you want to expose her to the people, maybe on your timeline, also matters a lot. Because there is no way you can be maybe on a bedroom, maybe you've taken some pictures and you want to expose them to the online and the public phase. I think that might create some fear animosity within your relationship, because people are watching outside here.
Okay.
And we, the men, maybe even your friends, in this current dispensation of kugongewa, so I think that may predispose your partner, maybe probably you are a woman. I think they are the one who are mostly predisposed to the predators. I think that one can predispose your partner to...
I love that comment, and I just want to put it down so that we can come back to it.
It's okay.
Frank, what does privacy mean to you in a relationship?
My name is Francis, and I'm happy with TV47 for bringing this topic. It's timely. Privacy and love in one sentence, it makes it right. Because privacy, love, it's an essence of connection between two individuals. You see, the term itself, two individuals, it means it's a private affair. And with me, I don't think if it needs any public validation, because it's gradually a fundamentally private experience between the two partners.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the posting sometimes, yes, it earns marks, but it may earn marks on one side and not the other.
Marks for who? For who and for what?
It's more, in most cases, you'll find mostly men. You will want to showcase the relationships to make it public. Maybe you have a lady you feel she's a good one, but now on the other side, you're the only one posting, but on the other side, she's not posting you. So you see, it's creating something that it may diminish any time, you know, because not all social media love expressions mean well. Some kuna wale wanaangalilia tu chini ya maji.
Yeah.
And the private side,
waiting for you to break up.
Try to chase that lady or try to bring in some things that maybe you're not doing on your side. So I think with the privacy, it should be an agreed move. Like, do we want to make our relationship public or private? At the end of the day, in this current time, you don't trust anyone because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Maybe you've been making it so private, then tomorrow you break up. You have to tell us again. You have to come and tell us you've broken up so that we don't judge you. Again, when you fall again in another relationship, again you start making it public. So I think privacy, it's the best option. Unless at the right time when you land each other, you feel now like making everything public, it's right. Because you're not going to break up again. You're not going to maybe... No one needs validation. Yeah. You're doing it because you want to do it, not because of the online pressure. Because I think mostly the online posting, they are not doing it because they should do it. They are doing it because they have seen Bahati and Diana doing it. They have seen Cristiano and Georgina doing it. So you see, it's not a true reality that we should post. But we are doing it because we've seen so and so doing it. So it's a lie. In fact, there's no honesty in it. All right. Yeah.
You've given us very great points, and we'll be coming back to these points that you've just talked about. But Daisy, would you prefer being posted or not being posted?
Thank you so much, Anne, for the question. For me, I prefer privacy because it reduces that public scrutiny, the opinions, the gossip from people. So I prefer privacy because it creates space for growth as a couple. No gossips out there. Also the impact of breakup. It will not be that much because you break up privately and you can solve it. No one will know. So for me, I prefer private relationship because no one needs to know about my relationship that much. And also we should understand the difference between privacy and secrecy in a relationship. Privacy is where you allow only that small circle know what they need to know. But secrecy, secrecy is just letting no one know about that relationship.
Just you two.
So for me, I prefer the privacy one.
All right. Emmanuel, how about you? Would you prefer being posted or not being posted?
Okay, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. For me, I prefer privacy because even when you read the book of Proverbs, that is Proverbs 25, 28, the Bible says, a person without self-control is like a broken down wall. which can be intruded anytime. So when you put your relationship maybe onto social media platforms, or you are exposing to other people, it might attract weakness. It might attract weakness. In that scenario, maybe, for example, you are broken with someone. So for you to convince the other person or other person to view your relationship as the need one, you need also to go back to the person whom you're broken with. So that means, what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you may differ with your partner, but don't allow the public to see it, because they may use it against that relationship, whether it is relationship or friendship. Yeah, because you may forgive him as a person, but the community and the people around will not forget it. So it will be difficult, to solve that issue.
Does it matter really about what people have to say about your relationship in case you choose to keep it public?
Yeah, sure it matters, because whatever other people may view your relationship, it really causes something that maybe differ with your relationship, because there is those pressures, there is that what the society needs to know about you. So it, however much you will try to maybe to overcome it, but it'll still haunt you, because you'll also want to meet maybe the expectation of the society, or you want just to have that peace, the inner peace within you. So.
All right, I want to bring in Dr. at that point. I asked him, does it matter really about what people have to say? If you choose to keep your relationship public or private, does it matter? Because now from the speakers that we've had, they're talking about they prefer privacy. They do not want scrutiny. Others say it's all for validation. Does it really matter?
It matters. We can look at it in a different way. There are people who really want to go public, and that's their choice.
Yeah.
And they have also to calculate and weigh the consequences of the public display. Because one, I think some have said about posting on the social media, you will find people are ruthless. You see, there are faces that you can't tell, but they will say anything. Now, if you're not ready for the negativity that is on social media, it actually destroys a lot of people. When you go to the backside of people who are on public display of relationships, they will tell you a different story. They will always tell the pain that they have gone, because one comment can destroy you. You did your makeup, but somebody just focuses on maybe something you didn't do on your nose.
Yes.
And the next thing, they are bashing your nose until you feel like you can go for an operation and get it. And look at, especially now outside, and it's happening in Kenya, especially a lot of ladies are beginning to change the way they're actually going for operations. Why? Because somebody went on public and maybe she had added a little weight and everybody is saying fat, 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 fat. And the next thing you look for options outside there. So what I say, it is up to you. If you want it public, you want it private, but if you go public, you have to weigh on the consequences that will be in that place. The second thing is that you are put under abnormal pressure for nothing. Because every day you have to live by the standards of people who, number one, don't care. And if you want to know that social media doesn't care, lose a loved one. They will say you poorly. And weka M-Pesa number hapo, you will see nothing sent to you. That's when you realize those likes you're pursuing meant nothing, unless you're being paid by the social media platform. So there is an unnecessary pressure on that relationship because you try to live on a perfection. Every day you step out, even if you had argued, you have to hold the hand of a person at that particular moment you don't want to hold. So there is that unnecessary pressure. And also the other aspect is you don't have a room for privacy. I think for, let's say, even developing intimacy. Intimacy does not grow in public. Intimacy is something that grows when you are together. That's why you find when people, a man and a woman, they don't shout to each other, I love you. They can greet each other loudly, but when it comes to words of I love you, I don't know why everybody hushes. You'll find they say it very slowly. That's what you're trying to say, is that intimacy grows in privacy. So there is no way you can grow more intimate when you are in the public domain.
All right.
Yes.
Asante sana. Gladson, how would you describe privacy in a relationship, and do you prefer privacy or wewe ni mtu wa public display of affection, PDA?
So, okay, first, good morning and thank you for having me again. I'll say this, privacy to me means it is a personal space or boundaries that people create. It can be personal or it can be with your partner, that you create with either your partner or the people outside there. So this privacy comes with many things, maybe self-reflection, maybe let's say also respect, and maybe just you understanding that it is me who is living this life and I don't need to share it with anyone, or I will share it when I want or when I feel that it's necessary for me to share. So as for personally, I'm a social media guy, so probably I will prefer posting a lot of things about myself and my life. But when it comes to matters in my relationship, I'll definitely be careful on what I'm sharing, because as Dr. has said, there are so many things that are being said outside there. For example, you just post to your girlfriend out of just goodwill, maybe you're celebrating something, and someone anakwambia salimia Mary, and you're like, or someone says it's a small world, and you're like, what small world are you talking about? You see, so such things, you find unaanza kuwa like, hey, wait first, who am I dealing with in the first place? Mary, you are known by everyone. Na ukiangalia mtu amepost probably profile yake inasema ako Kericho huko, and you're like, sasa you see, so inaweza leta a lot of things. So me, I prefer put it private. However, if you want to do a PDA, which some people love, you know, some even use it as part of their love language.
Yes.
So you can do it, but with moderation. There are things that you can share. Maybe you are having a good meal, maybe in a movie, or maybe just something easy to you think it's important. But if you overdo it, also just know when things go south, people will overdo it. So you have to make sure that you have the strength to be able to withstand what will come by you trying to put all your affections and all your things to the public over there.
And I think the Mary comment is actually very funny, because the producer of this show is called Mary. All right, Victoria, what does privacy mean to you in a relationship?
Okay, good morning. And for me, privacy, like most have said, goes back to your boundaries. What does it pertain to you as a person? Because to someone else, privacy could be posting one photo per week. Someone else is completely off the social media pages. So I guess it depends on your boundaries as an individual and as people, as you have agreed, the two of you. And then for me, an option whether I would prefer public or private is definitely private. I'm not the social person. My social medias are almost not even existing to some degree. So privacy, going private for me would be better, because again, you can determine the things that you do with the person without control of other people and without the influence of others. So whatever we do, we have agreed together. And sometimes even like Dr. was saying and the others have said, a simple comment could go a long way, and it could be just simply something as mapo yako inakaa sijui, and it would hurt you, and then the other person will also start to see like, kwani mapo yako na inakaaje, or just some things that don't even make sense and end up bringing conflicts and all that. So private for me, and also if it's public, just some little with good moderation. Because of course you would like someone to be proud of you and show you off to some degree, and it's all right. Show some validation from the person.
Okay. Mwende, how about you? Do you prefer being posted or privacy?
I'd go with privacy. Privacy to me looks like respecting each other's boundaries. Sometimes even having just the space to reflect. And also not sharing or posting things maybe without your partner's consent. Yes, that could go a long way. Just as Daktari had said, some of the people who post actually, they just do it for fun, but others post because of validation. So it also depends with the motive of which you're posting. And if the scrutiny comes, are you able to handle it, or are you able to take it in? So personally, I'd go for privacy.
For privacy.
Yes.
Kwani I'm the problem? Because I would say public.
You want public?
It looks like I'm the problem. So would you say that couples who tend to post each other, Daktari, on their social media platforms, do they tend to have weaker or stronger relationships?
I will say, as there are people who have chosen that is the path I'm going.
Yeah.
But we have to, number one, I will not say whether they are weaker or stronger, but I will start by saying this. There are people who have already chosen that the public is what they live for.
Yes.
And as one of them said, the foundations are to be very strong. Because if your foundations are not strong, then one comment can mess you up. Because probably the gentleman has posted and they had not consented on what to post. And so the photo that was posted of the lady, she never liked the way she had done her hair. And so when she goes back home, mbona uliweka hii? So unless you're very, very strong, or maybe the guy was posted on the other hand, and it was something that he didn't like. So I will say you have to be sure that your foundations are strong. Number two, you have to ask, why are you posting in the social media? Unless maybe you're a marriage counselor and you're trying to train people on how to have a better marriage. Or maybe you're advertising a product. But now when you two become the product, be assured that a product will always be criticized. And I looked at it on the flip side. I think sometimes there are people who feel like mostly people who post on the social media, they will post because they feel like maybe they are not trusted. Or maybe my spouse doesn't feel like I really love them. So they want to validate their love for their spouse by posting them on social media. And still, there are other people who will be like, if you're not posting me on the social media, then you're not proud of me.
Yes.
So I will say, there are also those people, in quotes, a lot of people who will demand posting on social media and they are not doing it either for business or for maybe trying to strengthen other marriages. There could be issues in that relationship. It actually could be a sign there are issues in that relationship. And so they put it on the social media to show like everything is okay. But deep inside, there are issues with low self-esteem, because then you need a validation, like one said, they need a validation of the social media to feel like they're doing okay. So there are dynamics that play when it comes to public display of affection. Now, I also look at it in another way. Somebody said here, if you are displaying yourself on social media, when the breakup comes, you have so much to explain. You know, everybody is they don't even know you, but they are also taking the caption of where you have posted that you broke up, and now you are shared like by 1,000 people. And everybody is commenting on why. And maybe there is not a truth on why you broke up, because you only say, I broke up. Then they start looking at you. Maybe he was too short, that's why they broke up. And so it will really affect you. So I think I will go with the opinion of most of them. When it comes to relationship, I would prefer privacy more than public.
But once you start posting your relationship, you're all is well. You're enjoying whatever you're having. Don't you think that it's important to also tell your audience when you now break up? So sasa uliwaeka kwa your business. Sasa
unajua, let me tell you something that will happen. The moment, for example, a guy has posted he has broken up with a lady and has criticized on what happened, alifanya hivi, alifanya hivi, alifanya hivi. Let me tell you, umejiondoa kwa market. Kwa sababu wasichana, they'll be looking, this guy may post me again. You know, if this guy can post when you're broken up and he criticizes me this way, then he's not the right person to be with. If it is a lady who is posting the guy, oh, I don't know, he was this, he was that. You don't want, as a guy, you don't want to be the lady who will post you tomorrow that you are useless maybe in finances or whatever. So I would rather, even if you're going to choose that you're broken up, it may help you for a while. People may cry with you for a while, and they may actually not even cry. In fact, they will put emojis for tears. But uko inja asema, nilikuwa najua.
Content for them.
Nilikuwa najua break. So I think it is, I still keep on saying, you have to weigh carefully. If you decide to take that particular journey, it has consequences, it has pains along with it, and it has a lot of demands.
All right.
Yes.
Frank, how much privacy is too much privacy in a relationship?
How much privacy is too much privacy?
Yes.
I think, like I said, we've taken social media, I think, for granted. And we've made it lose its meaning. I'm not saying that going back to our societal norms, it's the right thing to do. But again, can we do it how it should be done? How Dr. said, you know, again, it cannot just be private until
Kingdom come.
until it ends. You know, you have to also update us, because once you join social media, then you heard the reason why you joined, and the main reason of social media is also updating. So as far as it's for personal growth, I think to some extent, like me, you know, I like using live examples. I have two friends who I've observed, and they're really my close friends. One is Felix Bulimo, and the other one is Kevin. These two friends of mine, I used to advise them, but they did not listen to me keenly. They used to tell me, you are still young. These guys used to post their loved ones. Any lady, he would post. But those relationships never worked. The moment they decided to do it private, in fact, all of them are married now. So you see, how much is too much privacy? Like for me, I think the right time to make it public, there are occasions to make your relationship public. You see, like you are doing a wedding, make it public. You see, unatoka soko.
Yeah.
So that it was kusumbue sana. Yeah, so you see, there are occasions to make your relationship public. Maybe there is a graduation or something. You can make it public. You know, at least you are celebrating. But let the public in it be not only self-centered, but on both sides. Like it's something that you are agreeing on, that now you can discuss, because you are in love, you can discuss. Now, I think to this point, we now want to make everything public, let everyone know that this is what is happening. But again, too much privacy, again, it brings in the quotes like, why so much privacy? Yeah, so I think there are occasions to make it public. You cannot just make it too much private again.
Frank, you've said you have to update us when you open your social media platforms. Don't you think you're keeping pressure on these other guys? They have to update you on their relationships. Who are you looking to update you exactly? Is it your mentor? Do you want them to keep on posting about what is going on in their lives? Am I your celebrity crush that you're having? Who exactly?
I think on the issue of updating, you see, once you open your social media account, there are things you'll align with. Whether if it's political, if it's about love, it's about posting just yourself. You know, we'll always come and check. You see, like Fabrizio Romano, because he posts sports, we'll always be on his page on every morning to check what's happening in the field of work. So again, if you've decided that your relationship, you are going to post every inch of what you think it's good to us for us to know. Maybe we can learn from it. Then you should not stop updating us, because you made it public. The moment you stop updating us, again we'll be asking, I'm waliachana. So it also brings in a lot of questions, because you already made it public.
Okay.
So the thing is, once you make it public, then let it be public.
Keep it public.
Yes.
All right. Gladson, how much privacy is too much privacy in a relationship?
First, I'll say this. Privacy in a relationship is important, and publicity is also important. Because to me, it's 50-50. Because you just need to let people know, because why are you hiding?
Why are you hiding?
What are you hiding? However, you don't need to be updating us on everything. For example, unless you're doing a vlog, and you think maybe it's important for people to know a lot of things about what people should be doing in the morning when they wake up, the healthy tips. But sasa mtu unapata mtu ameamuka alafu anajipost akiwa anapika. Ni picha tu, it's not a video, it's a picture of you cooking.
Yeah.
So how is that even helping me? Like, sasa inanisaidia nini? I can't see how you started this thing, you're not teaching me anything. Umepost tu, or some unapata anapost nudes. Unapata sasa ati in the morning ameamuka na the lingari or something, alafu anapiga picha akiwa karibu na bed. You see, so kitu kama hiyo like sasa, what is this? Or maybe you and your hubby, picha yenyu mkiwa in a compromising situations and such stuff. So unapata that is too much. You're okay, it's okay, it's your part of your private, it's part of your right to express yourself and stuff, but kuna vitu zenye unafika unaona pana, this one now I'm doing too much. But tukituapades to probably maybe this is where I work, the things that you do throughout the day, maybe you are running an organization, maybe you went to visit a certain place, you take pictures and you post. You unatuonyesha, people know, okay, Glason is doing this. Glason is working with this organization and this is what they do. You are educating us, or maybe you are getting an awareness on something, so that if someone wants to maybe reach you on something and ajua this is okay. Then two, when it comes to us, maybe we went for a dinner date. That's okay, you can post. Mwenye atasikia vibaya si shauri yake. Yes, pia apeleke wake wapige. You see, that one is okay. Two, maybe it's her birthday or my birthday. Tumeenda place, we are having fun. Post. In fact, ongeza weka hadi wa tag. You can even tag them wajue it's happening. Okay? Graduation, and maybe you are having a baby. You are announcing your first baby or second baby. Unaweza post maybe when she's pregnant or something. Maybe just be looking romantic. So you can post on such.
Sasa hapo, how about the evil eye lesson?
So sometimes, okay, one thing that I always tell people, whatever you do, people will talk. Whatever you do, whether it is good or bad.
So just do it anyway.
Just do it anyway, because kwa mfano kuna mwingine unaweza ingia base alafu unanunulia kila mtu hivi, kila mtu anapewa soda. One of them atasema huyu hiki kinajifanya kiko na doki, na nunua kila mtu ajue akona pesa. You get some people you'll just maybe ni wewe tu umefeel ani mabest zangu wamekaa hapa, let me just be generous. Some will appreciate, some will say kinafanya na tujue akona pesa. So you see, at the end of the day, just do it, as long as that too much nile you are giving us details zenye we think after that they're not helping us in any way. We cannot learn from them, we cannot criticize them, and they cannot even build us. They cannot build us in any way. So when you've reached that point whereby you are just posting for the sake of posting, then you are becoming desperate, and to us that is too much.
All right, let's hear from a lady, Daisy. How much privacy is too much privacy?
Okay, I'll explain this by giving an example. Look at Bahati and Diana. They post their family life, personal issues like family times, like when they go somewhere, my month is, and what do they get in return? Kenyans are Kenyans. They criticize, they gossip. You see, now they are saying, they are talking about Diana, the age differences, the disrespect to the man. So I think that is too much. Like, I'll agree with what it has been said. When it's about posting, you post only what they need to know. Birthdays, weddings, at least, don't overdo, even if it means posting. Yeah, we don't need to know that much about you.
What if their content is centered on relationships? Let's say they're getting money from whatever they're posting.
Pia hapana. Hata kama ni pesa, some things hapana.
Okay. Daktari, let's talk about now situations where one partner wants to be posted and the other doesn't want this issue of posting. Now, how do they go about that?
Yeah, but you actually have had situations where somebody comes for counseling and they're saying, hata hajainiweka kwa Facebook. And the other person is like, I don't have to. And you see that's a disagreement, that's an imbalance. And that's why I say, have a conversation. I think somebody mentioned about boundaries. Have a discussion on how are we going to handle the social media? Because right now, at the end of the day, we are living in an era of social media, whereby you can't hide everything, because again, even if it's a business, you need it to be displayed somewhere. So even if you get married, for example, people will know you got married. So as I said, there's a level of agreement that needs to come to. And if you're not posting, for example, your spouse or your friend on social media, then you need to explain to them why you're not doing that. Because again, I say life is spiritual. You've mentioned something about evil eye. Life is spiritual. There are people who will just be looking for, words are powerful. People will be saying, these people will not last. And you can find comments, they will not last, they will not last. Eventually, you actually see it. Because the words that are being spoken, probably you're not speaking as many as the words he's speaking.
Yeah.
So eventually, if somebody is hitting and breaking a wall, and there are 10 of them, and you're building as just 2 of you, you're trying to build a wall and these 10 people are breaking it, you'll find it is easier for it to break than actually to be built. So that's why I say you have to be on agreement on why social media. Number 2, the social media is not about, you are not validated. When you met 2 of you, you didn't go to the social media and ask people, do I marry this one? In fact, if you went to social media and asked people who to marry, you may find that they may not even approve the one you're marrying. So I do not see why you also need to be validated by the social media that you are doing well on a relationship. And if you look at social media, nobody posts usually the worst. They always post the best. When they're just about pulling a bag and they pause, when they're just about to get into the aeroplane. But they don't show us when you stumble, when you're getting into the same plane. So the thing is, you have, both of you as a couple, you have to agree on the dynamics. Agree that if you're a social media person, and this is what you're saying, it is something now to discuss.
Yeah.
We are adding it on the line for counseling. Something to discuss, how do we handle social media? So that you know, kama mtu wako ni wa social media, are you ready to do what they are demanding? Because if you don't do, then it could bring issues.
Yeah.
And if your person is not a social media person, if you post them too much, it may also bring other issues. And that's why I come to the point. Look at the big people. Show me the last time, for example, the former president posted his wife. They don't. Show me when the last time maybe Donald Trump posted that we are eating. This guy is loaded. But they are not sitting there today having dinner with my wife and my kids, my tall son. They don't do. Ask yourself, why are these people not doing it? And you are here, you are running to display anything. You buy a small car with your wife, it's not even the newest. You posted it. Then you find it takes another 10 years before you buy another one because people started speaking.
Yeah.
So I would say have a serious conversation. And don't rush into the social media on posting anything until you have agreed on it.
You were talking about masking. A lot of people post on social media to mask whatever is going on in their relationships. Would you say that, because sometimes they say that these people who post their partners the most are mostly cheating on their partners, or maybe domestic violence is there? Would you say that for majority of these couples, that is the case?
I will say there is always an aspect.
Kuna kitu.
Always an aspect. Either your spouse feels you don't love them, so because something is not working in that relationship, so you try to do so much on social media to show that it's okay. Now, the question I would ask, if your spouse is the one that needs to know they are loved, why should you tell the crowd that they are, I love my wife, instead of telling your wife, for example, I love you? It is the person that you need to. Why do you need to go to the social media and post, I love my wife? I mean, you are trying to tell her something.
Yeah.
Maybe your wife at home does not believe you love her. Or maybe this guy does not believe you love him. And therefore, a big percentage, not all, a big percentage, the background is burning.
Yeah.
Look at sorry to say, the Kim Kardashians. They were looking like, with Kanye West, all was looking rosy. They would be smiling there, having dinner. But then the breakup came. And it was huge. And it didn't take long. That means it was burning behind the scenes, even when they were acting, until the thing came. Look at a big case that has been coming up of P. Diddy. I've been following it very keenly. When he was posting Cassie holding each other, and I'm like, they are posting big ones. And then after a while, you see him dragging the same lady across the hotel rooms. And you are like, so behind the scenes, it was not okay. So we'll say, yes, a big percentage is that there is something not working in that relationship, and that's why they need a public validation.
All right.
Yes.
Rejoice, I want to get your opinion on that. You know, sometimes they say, that if you see sana married men when they post their partners online, just out of nowhere, and they say, or even the WhatsApp statuses, and they say, I love my wife in Jesus' name. At that particular point, they've done something wrong, and they're trying to show the world that, or to just, what is it called? Kuambia the wife that we are good.
Yes,
yes. Do you agree?
Okay, fine. Some point I agree. It is a show of guilt. Because even in the house, or if my friend here, Jonah, wrongs me, and we are not in talking terms, maybe he'll go and post, oh, this girl is very unique, He's just been sorry, only that he can't tell me. So I truly agree. And allow me to contribute on how much privacy is actually privacy. In social sciences, we say that a human being is a social being. And they also say that a private life is a happy life. But I want to kind of disagree on the contrary, on the secrecy life, the secret life. Sometimes agree to be posted. You never know. One of my mentors likes to say, sometimes it could be a big bedroom. You know, we are sharing.
Absolutely.
So sometimes just post your loved one.
Wajuane, say it as it is.
Kama ni mkutano, waitane mkutano, wajue vile mambo itaenda. Yeah, so sometimes differentiate between privacy and secrecy, because secrecy can have hidden motives.
All right.
Yes.
Maybe I can just ask Korir the same question. Now, how much privacy is too much privacy?
So, according to me, privacy, privacy, there is privacy and there is secrecy. So, if I decide we go on privacy, we have not gone to secrecy.
Hold your microphone.
It might be I have a small circle of friends. They know I have a girlfriend, we are in a relationship, but I've not posted it. So it doesn't mean it's private, but it's not secret. We have some people around it knowing. So that's it. Also, I wanted to add this one. So like postage, if we go like some weeks ago, we had the Jesus family. So I think it was, they posted, they do content. They posted the wife was in labor. So according to me, that's overposted. That's too much. You are exposing too much to the social media. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's your opinion, right?
Yeah. That's
okay. Daktari, this one is also a Daktari, by the way. How much privacy is too much privacy? And also joining into the question that I asked Rejoice about how you people post just out of nowhere. Is it because it's out of guilt, or is it actually out of love?
So allow me to echo back whatever my colleagues have already said. There is privacy and there is secrecy. So on privacy, I think it is between you amongst yourselves to agree what to display to the public. And then secrecy is just hiding something like a kuficha bangi. So let's say, for instance, a man is cheating or a girl is cheating. Maybe probably someone is engaged. So the one that is engaged with, wenye watu wanajua, atakuwa na yeye private. But the other one mwenye, the side chick, atakuwa secret. Atataka watu wajue, hata friends. That one will be the secret. Also, another instance comes in that a situation whereby maybe I need a girl, let's say this girl, but maybe there is a certain deformity maybe this girl has. So I don't want my friends wajue, sitaki wajue, so allow me to be too casual kidogo. So tunasema mbogi, as in kwa sisi mabosi tunakuanga na mbogi.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's say niko na dem and maybe macho yake moja si mzuri sana. So though nampenda, sitataka watu wajue. So I try to keep it a secret.
But why would you be with someone you are not proud of?
I'm going there. So maybe she's coming to visit me. You know, I'll tell her maybe ingia hapo kwa stage ya boda, ambia go to someone, mwambia kuje direct, akulete kwangu direct. And there is this maybe another girl anakuambia maybe nimefika stage, unamwambia I'm coming for you. You know, the other one, what as in you want to show you are so much confident that unataka watu you want to be related with the other girl, but huyu mwingine unataka tu akuje aingie kwa nyumba direct, as in you don't want to associated with her. So I think also that contributes to secrecy. Ya maumbile ya mwanadamu pia, it also contributes. Also to add on whatever that you asked, why do we just out of nowhere, on a random day, on a random, just whatever, a man comes in and posts picha nichukua hivi anasema love my wife in Jesus name. I think sometimes it might be out of circumstances, maybe
aliharibu mahali.
No, you know, online thing is deceptional. Maybe wanasemanga huko Twitter, wanasema maybe ni sponsors wanafanya hivyo sana sana. So maybe ameenda mahali amekataliwa, and now she wants to guilt trip the girl that maybe mwenye alimkataa. So he'll be there like, I love my wife in Jesus name. You know, to show her that regardless of any eventuality, but he has a place to go. Yeah. So I think that goes more deep into that. Yeah.
Asante sana for that great comment. Let's take a break at this point. Does love need an audience? Do you prefer posting or privacy? That is the conversation we are having. We're coming back, but remember to interact with us on our social media platforms. Send in your questions, send in your comments. We'll be glad to read them. Stay with us.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's mind. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Shiksha Arora, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on The Green Fix as we look into the big why, you and I.
For comprehensive information and education on your health, Body Garage is here.
Don't allow anyone to pluck out your good tooth, as long as it is strong and stable.
Cancer doesn't start today and you get the symptoms tomorrow. By the time you pick it, or the time it is manifesting in you, probably will be there.
Welcome back. You're watching Morning Cafe. It's Relationship Wednesday. We are talking about, does love need an audience? Would you post your partner, or do you prefer privacy? And when is it okay to post? We have a very big panel here, and just to remind you, you can call in. There is a number on your screen. We'll be glad to hear from you. I want us to pick from you, Mwende. Would you say that social media has changed the way we experience love, the way we see love, talk about it, feel it, enjoy it? Would you say that social media has played a very crucial role?
Yes. I'd say that social media has played a very crucial role in influencing how we perceive, or rather how we would want to be loved. From growing up, even watching the soap operas, some of us grew knowing that this is how I'm supposed to be loved. A man is supposed to cry coming to me, all this kind of things. So I will agree by saying that social media greatly influences how we would want to be loved or how we perceive love.
Vicky, would you say that is more of unnecessary pressure? Because if you're looking at social media now to do what somebody's doing, let's say your favorite influencer is being posted more by their partner, is that pressure, unnecessary pressure from social media?
Yes, to some degree it is. Because, I believe there are things that from the very beginning you value, and you're okay in a relationship with your person. Like, it's okay, this is what I value, this is what you value. But then you see someone else doing something and your partner probably can't match to that. And you're putting pressure on this person. Now I'm expecting you to take me on this dinner, I'm expecting you to take me on a yacht and whatnot. And the person is asking now, okay, when we started it was okay, but now you're giving me pressure, I have to do this and that. And then it brings conflicts in the relationship. So definitely it brings some amount of unnecessary pressure, and it to some degree spoils the good thing. Yeah.
Social media spoils the good thing.
Somehow, to some degree.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, would you say that social media creates unrealistic relationship goals? And from where you sit, unaweza wacha hiyo pressure ikufikie kwa akili?
Okay, thank you so much. Allow me first to quote from the scripture. That is 1 Corinthians 13:4-5. Yeah, love is patient, and love is kindness. Love does not envy. So when you allow someone to come into your space of your life, your personal life, that is like your marriage, your children, it may attract, just like the Dr. said, life is spiritual. Likewise, spiritual men attract
spiritual women.
Yeah, maybe let me say the both gender. Spiritual life.
Okay.
Yeah, will attract different altars together. Likewise, the same, similarly to what the social domain, it will both attract the both negative and positive aspects in your relationship. So allowing you to be fed, or rather to feed the public with your personal life, it is not worthy, because it brings that wall that is inbuilt within you, that is enclosing you. By allowing so, that means you are giving the enemy the opportunity to attack you easily, because enemy cannot attack you when he doesn't have information about you. So while you display there outside, you may think maybe you are marketing yourself. You are ruining yourself, because it gives him the opportunity, it gives him the information that he needs. He can finish you anytime.
Now that you've talked about spiritual, the concept of spirituality, how much privacy is too much privacy from where you sit?
Actually, too much privacy. One, it is consenting what maybe your partner has not consented you to the public, like that. Just the way I said, like family matters. Maybe raising your kids. Someone outside there, you may be doing your best at your home, depending on maybe your level. But someone outside may influence you to start now demeaning yourself. Now you start to begin to say, maybe you are not, you deserve more than that, you see. Now that one will pressurize you into something that you are not into it. Yeah.
Emmanuel, who do you post? Who do you post your partner?
Actually, for me, even I myself,
yes,
I don't post myself so much. Maybe I share maybe most of activities that I do.
Yeah.
If it is environmental advocacy, because you need to also connect to broader audience, to know what you are doing. But family life, that one is more spiritual. You must enclose your boundaries.
Guard it.
Yeah.
Okay. Frank, you want to comment on that? Nakuona.
I think looking around, I don't think there is fire extinguisher here because it's almost it's going to burst out. But I'm happy because we have spiritual men here. We have a man here.
We are balanced.
Yeah, we are balanced. I think it goes with online pressure, as he has said. If you put your life on publication, you must be ready to bear the consequences. Because most of the time, the consequences are bitter than even those likes and the love emojis or the comments. Because I've seen situations whereby that publication sometimes lead people to depression. Because imagine, this is someone you've been posting. This is someone you are everything. You are going to workplaces, you are posting. Anything, you are driving out to work, you are posting. Then imagine breaking up one day. What are you coming to tell us? Yeah. Again, connecting it with, you see, why would I just wake up one day if I've not been posting you? Why should I just wake up one day and I'm telling the world, I love her in Jesus' name? You see, that statement itself, there is a lot that I'm not telling you guys. You see, it's hypocrisy. You see, it's a lie. Like, there's something that I'm doing that she has not realized, and she's just to a point of realizing. So before she realizes, I have to play my cards well, so that she'll be even telling her friends, no, but she posts me. So I think we are getting out of the use of social media, because the more we are making social media a validation place, that you cannot do anything unless someone says it's right in social media, then we are losing it. And that's why many of the relationships now that they're not working, Dr. will tell you, there are so many people who are going for cancellation. But again, in a few months, again, they go back, because if so-and-so is not validating my relationship, if so-and-so is not commenting on what I'm posting, then it's not working for me. So I must go and look for another machine so that people will recognize, hey, this is the right machine for me. So I think in the whole context, people have, they are doing content with social media and not reality. Yeah. So I think we've changed social media to so much of making coins or earning points or causing unnecessary pressure to some people who are very peaceful outside there because we want validation.
Yeah.
So
Cloud
I think,
chasing.
Yeah, I think we are, you see, someone is doing cloud chasing, but me now I'm going in seriously.
Yeah.
So you see I lose because I don't know why he's doing that cloud chasing.
All right. Yeah. Kevin, let's say you don't want to post on social media, but your partner, Nashanga, why are you not posting her? She wants to be posted, but you do not want to post. How would you handle such a situation?
Thank you for that question. First of all, allow me to delve into avenues of posting your partners. I think today, if you log into Twitter, now called X account, you'll get some serious conversation there. I think you can imagine, you can think, or you can just arrive to that these are intellectual elites that are here.
Yeah.
But also, when you just leap into Instagram account and partly TikTok, that's, I think you get more of a dating experiences, and I think someone lately told me that Instagram is like an interview for dating and hookups. So, and he told me that those reels that you see and photographs, those are like CVs. So people are trying to keep up, and we have allowed social media to set standards for us, so that which we are striving so much and stressing so much to fit in. And maybe when we're trying to fit in and we get that we cannot fit in perfectly, it now get back to us and start biting us. And at this point, everyone at this era now, with the Gen Zs, we're striving to be celebrities, we are striving to be public figure, like I myself, I want to be. But you know, this in the course of this pursuing of a celebrity, there is a price to pay. You can also, you can pursue this journey, but back in mind, you have to know that there is a price to pay dearly. And I think the price to pay to this journey is peace of mind. When you have allowed yourself to, when you have allowed to expose your life and bring your life to limelight, there's a lot that goes, like Dr. has said earlier. There's a lot that goes. I think we Kenyans were salvage. Ukiingia TikTok saa hii unaweza pata some, as in, you're not even interested in the video itself. Unaweza utapata tu unakimbia mbio sana kwa comments to see how Kenyans are trying to think. And so when your partner is forcing you too much and compelling you to post her, maybe you need to sit together and maybe discuss why is it that so much important, unless you are doing you are commercializing your pictures, and maybe your posting can create some impact in your life. I think that's the discussion can be centered on why, and if it is so much essential that you must post her, I think you can. Unlike the celebrities that we know, you know, they have to validate to us, they have to keep us updated on whatever they are going, because if they don't, they lose relevance, because tutaanza kujiuliza, na mbona wametulia hivi sana, kwani waliachana? So for them, I think we can give them a chance of doubt, and maybe, because that's what they're supposed to do. And maybe they supposed to push their accounts and maybe to keep their accounts roaring. So I think for them it's the route. But for just a normal guy, maybe you are posting us too much. Unaamka tu unapata msee amepost picture, no caption, no nothing, just a random picture.
See, and create boundaries and mark territories.
I think that's I can call it an erratic behavior, because most probably we are not interested in your pictures. But if you are doing something, maybe you are doing much of marketing, much of...
Again, that is maybe in their pursuit for becoming a celebrity, just like you said.
Yeah, but you know, that's why I said that you cannot just ingia online and post a picture, no caption, no motivation, no nothing. You're just posting, doing much of posting without, you have not attached something to your posting. Nothing validates your posting. So I think we need to desist from that
the urge to overpost.
The urge and pressure to be posting nothing, and unless there's something that is compelling you to post.
All right.
I think that that's agreeable.
Rejoice, you know, women sometimes, you know, now because of that pressure that you're talking about, sometimes women love to show that, oh, I got flowers, oh, this is my man, my man, my man. And now women have this tendency of this soft launching their partners, yeah? Would you post your partner if they do not want to be posted?
Sorry?
Would you post your partner if they don't want to be posted?
Honestly, no, I would not post my partner if they do not want to be posted. Because I remember one foundation, the foundation of this love relationship, it's respect. And respect entails respecting someone's opinion, what they want to be done. Yeah, so I would not post my partner if they don't want to be posted.
Vicky, would that raise questions for if that was if you are in her shoes, that mbona huyu mwanaume hataki kunipost?
To some degree it does, because again, when some minutes back we mentioned about secrecy.
Yes.
So now if it goes to that extent of not even once, this person is not even at least showing you off, even in public, is like is ashamed of even holding your hand or being with you. Definitely it raises questions of is there someone else, or why are you hiding me? Are you not proud of being with me? So definitely it does at some point bring up a conflict of why is it that you're not posting me? Yeah.
And you know, somebody talked about somebody having deformities, labda macho kidogo kushinda ingine, they do not want to. But was it you or Daktari? It was Kevin.
Yeah, to some degree, like someone else also asked, why would you post? Why would you not want them to be seen if you love them?
Yes.
Like just define what you want. If this person is not what you want, just leave them be. Because to some point, if you're going to go with the validation of people, and this is the person you're going to choose based on what people validate, then it's like you don't have a stand. You don't know what exactly you want for yourself. So you're letting other people control who you have in your life, and you're going to hurt someone who is not looking to, searching for someone to hurt them, or is not looking for that, and you end up having someone who is, we say hurt people hurt others.
Yeah.
So you end up having someone else or hurt someone else, because now you have them feeling like they're not beautiful, they're not worth it. So if you're not going to be proud of them, just let them be.
Yeah.
It hurts people.
All right. Dr. would joint pages be a solution now to this couple who, I want to be posted, you do not want to be to post, yeah? Would we say that now they create a joint page where now they post each other there? Is that a solution?
As we said, I think the key thing is agreement. Agreement on how to, in fact, now we, as counselors, we've come to a point where we are actually training young people and even couples on how to handle social media. Because it has become a big source of breakup. Because somebody says, you have not posted me.
Yeah.
You're saying relationship complicated. And sincerely, you are married. Or you're married, but you don't say your status. So we actually taking time now to train people on how to handle that social media, whereby, as you're saying, like for example, my wife and I, we are both counselors.
Yeah.
So there's a page where we are both in the page, and we can post, but we don't post ourselves. We post what we are adding value to the society, because I believe if we are going to post anything, let it be something that adds value. Not like that photo you're saying, it's not adding value. You're actually creating people to make comments on you. And as we say, the social media can be harsh. So if you agree to have a common page, then that is okay. As we said, it is not something that we can say it has been, there is no book written on how to handle social media.
Yeah.
So you can agree on that and we say we are going on social media. But again, the question is, why are we posting?
Yes.
I will also add this. There is nothing wrong in validating your spouse on social media. Sometimes you want to hear your husband or to see your husband bragging about you.
Yes.
Ama watu wanakuambia, tuliona umepostiwa huko, and your husband said some things good. Hakuna ubaya. It is also, there's nothing wrong if a lady posts the husband, but not every day, because the value of something is in the lack of it.
Yeah.
Like now there are pages, for example, even I'm checking through, for example, Instagram or TikTok, there are pages I pass. Because this person will post in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. You're like, I know, there's
it's
nobody.
Enough.
Hata kama ulikuwa na post kitu, hata kama ni chakula, huwezi kula kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. So the value is created by lack. Like, why are we having Wednesday's relationships here? There are people who wait on Wednesday just to hear the opinion of these young men and the ladies, just to hear what they are saying. Because when something is lacking, it creates value. And I'm very sure right now there are people, probably if you have a social media page, they're checking, who has married her or who is she dating?
They will not find.
and they may not find, but they are always looking. So the day you post that man, he will be valuable to all the eyes. They'll be like, yani ni huyu. Lakini next time they check, hayuko bado. So I will say, create value.
Yeah.
Not by posting too much, but there is nothing wrong once in a while saying, I feel my love for my wife or for my husband has gone beyond telling
It's
her.
overwhelming.
Wacha nimweke huko watu wamuone. But to make sure you switch off the comments.
Yeah. Asiambiwe mapua ni kubwa kushinda ingine.
Exactly.
All right. You mentioned something about intimacy not thriving in public, but we know there are people whose love language is public display of affection. Yeah. Now, for people like that, how do you help them?
You see, the love languages, I think there are 5.
Yes.
And there is one we talk about, I think the public display.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Again, why should you tell somebody on TV that you love them? You can tell them physically. You can tell them when they have friends. And let me tell you something. If right now, Frank is seated over there and the wife is seated there, and he begins to shout to the wife, I love you. Do you know, number one, there are people, you create animosity. Human beings naturally feel bad when it is not them being told those things. And so you create unnecessary animosity. In fact, the negative comments will be more than the positive ones. So I will say, instead of now as I said, going to the social media, do it with limitation. But I would rather display my affection for you by opening the door when we arrive, for example, in church. Nikufungulie mlango, nikushike mkono tuingie na wewe kanisani. Tukipigwa picha, watu waweke kwa social media vile tulikuwa tumeingia ndani, hiyo ni sawa, si. Wacha wapige.
Well, they post on your behalf.
Yeah, post on, this couple loves each other so much. But as we said, when you post that you love your wife so much, people actually begin to doubt a lot of things.
Yes.
She may feel happy. But in the future, if something goes wrong, ama uende mahali upigwe kapicha a wrong photo, it will end up blowing a lot of things. And you know social media never forgets.
Yeah.
Or the internet never forgets. One moment you're holding hands, or somebody has taken a photo holding hands. The next moment, maybe, I remember one guy in Hollywood who was showing slamming a door for somebody they had posted, they love them, but the next thing they're opening a door for the lady and they slam it. And people are reading all behind that. Why did he slam it? Now, so you have to be so careful on everything that you're doing when you take the path of the social media. So do it if you feel it is okay, but don't overdo it. Yes.
Moderation.
Moderation.
Daisy, what's your take on deleting pictures on social media after a breakup?
I think that that in the first place, that is, I think it's a disadvantage of posting or lack of consenting before posting. We believe everything that has a beginning definitely must have an end. One day, those people posting each other, they will just break up at the okay, I'm not praying I'm not praying for them to break up.
You're writing for people too.
No, but at some point, you know, when your energy they are not matching your energies. Definitely, you have said that instance of one partner wants you to post them and you don't want to post them. So when you don't have an agreement, definitely it will come to that point of you have posted and now you have broken up, so you have to delete the pictures. So that one will cause that, again, it will bring that public scrutiny. People will start gossiping and stuff. So I think before posting, you have to have that energy that matches. Chances of breakups itakuwa minimum. Lakini your partner ataki upost and then you're going, unampost, unamwambia ni kama unipendi, unitrust, hivyo, and then anakupost, at the end mnaachana. So hiyo ni shida yenu. So just, you have to deal with it sasa.
Dating sometimes forever can be until death do you part. See ati mtaachana too. So sometimes you're not posting because you say that our relationship itakuwa under scrutiny and will be at high chances of breaking up. All right, take that up, Vicky.
I'm saying what happens most of the time is most of the people who show their public display of affection, most of them do not end up having the so-said long-term relationships because, again, if it's especially at the starting phase of the relationship and so many people have many things to say, like your relationship is not even stable. So the ideas and the comments of people end up affecting you, and to some degree you just reach to a point and you decide, bana, so what I would say is, if you're going to pause, at least reach to some degree of building a stable relationship. You understand that even if the comments come, even if people say what, hata tukiachana ni sawa tu, but at this point we are stable enough to accept whatever comes out of it.
Yeah. Amazing. Correct, would you delete photos of your partner after a breakup?
Before I answer that one, I wanted to contribute to the previous question. So that was about the pressure.
Okay.
So in my opinion, I go by this way. Before getting into a relationship, know your wants. Be yourself. You have to be yourself. Know what you want. If you agree to a point like you are not into posting, then into agreement, because you feel some chemistry with a person, with this partner of yours, like you feel some chemistry, you tend to ignore some of the things. Then in the future, the partner goes on and posts you. So like it goes like you didn't want the online picture, so like you feel disappointed in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, then comes this way, like we agree, we don't do the social media. Then comes you fake your character. I'm not into social media, then you fake your character. You see some celebrities, they're posting, they're going on dates, they're doing this, but deep down, you wanted that one, but since you had some chemistry, you decided to agree.
Hold your microphone.
Yeah, he decided to agree. So like you see, it brings some disadvantages because you feel now you get the pressure since you wanted, but the agreement will now disadvantage you because you agreed on something you didn't. You agree with something, like we are not going for the postage, and yet deep down you wanted. So that one brings the pressure sometimes. Yeah. So coming to the deleting of the pictures, that one comes like, I think the postage brings the deleting of pictures. So in my side, when breakups happen, the postage affects the deleting of pictures because at sometimes it affects someone to move on. Like we may end up to break immediately, then you want to move on. Some people are different. You want to move on immediately. Some people take time to move on. So like you want to move on immediately, but you have some disadvantages of some pictures in your
timeline.
in your timeline. So like of course there will be people judging you. There were some things people saw from the past relationship. Then there's like you cannot just move on that quickly. You never loved. So it shows also you have some trust issues. Okay, postage also brings some things like overposting, brings some insecurities. As we had spoke earlier about like when someone comes and posts a certain picture without just randomly, then post like I love you, like from a random, that shows some insecurity. Then on the other side, like too much privacy, it brings some hidden issues. Yeah.
Questions?
Yeah.
All right. Mwende, would you women, we love to delete, but I don't see that sana in men. You would go to a man's timeline and you will see his ex-girlfriend, msichana date in 2002, From where you sit, would you prefer deleting them or just leaving them there?
I think it will depend with the context or the nature of our breakup. Because I feel like there are some people, probably we didn't date, but there are people I associated with previously, and I no longer associate with them right now. And there are some things I had posted, the way when you post, you tag. So even if I didn't post, if they posted and tagged me, there's still a way you can see it on my timeline. So even when I stopped associating with them, I never deleted those photos because I felt like I did my time there. It was a good time, but now it's time to move on. But I'm trying to look at it from a point of, let's say I am dating someone, then God forbid, maybe they cheat and now, we just have to break up. Definitely I'll be so mad. I will go delete every photo. I was like, I want to move on. I am now back. Nimerudi kwa soko. I'm looking for potentials. So definitely I'll go and delete all those photos.
All right. Rejoice, would you delete or just leave them there?
To be honest, I would delete. That's my honest opinion. I would delete and delete and delete. Any bit of it. Because again, in life, as a mental health advocate, moving on, it is important for your well-being. You don't want to move on and still you have the past, around you. You want to move on and move on completely and forget. The Bible says you forgive and you forget. So you forgive yourself, you forgive your partner, and you forget and move on to the next chapter. So I'll delete and delete.
All right.
Yes.
Kevin, now from a man's perspective, do you delete or do you just leave them there?
Start a little behind the etiology of all these things that we are going through or we are experiencing today. I think social media has dispensed a deceptional atmosphere in our social life. So like today as we are talking, there's this a soap opera. I don't know if it's a soap opera or a cinema called Korean something.
Korean drama.
Yeah, such things. I think the Kenyan girls now are doing much of the Korean dramas, and when you meet them and you start listening from them, it is insane. I mean, it is. Their demands are out of this world. It is very fictional, very, very unrealistic. So I think when they delve into a relationship, they have too high expectations of what they saw in a cinema. So moving fast forward, that brings us to maybe you out with your partner and you've taken some pictures. Now they have to showcase that maybe I'm having the best with my man. Now they go to Instagram and maybe other social avenues. They're doing unnecessary posting, unnecessary and random posting. Now, back later, you'll get that, the worst has happened. You've broken up and there's no way that your account can be having too much pictures of the person that is not present in your life. Now what do? You have to go back and delete all those photos which you unnecessarily posted back then. I think personally I'm looking forward, as Dr. earlier said, that a day that mtakuwa mnanipiga picha mnapost mnasema the love exists in these couples. Not me or my partner posting and trying to seek validation from you people that tunapendana. I'm really looking forward, and I think I'm drawing that inspiration from, allow me to cite some names of two men that I really draw some inspiration from. One is Mwalimu Kingangi Daniel Ndambuki, and kuna huyu mkisi mwenzetu anaitwa Nyashiski. I think when you look up to their, relationship life and love life, I think you can get some inspiration personally from where I stand. Because I don't think they don't do so much of crowd chasing and validation. Sisi ndo tunaanza by that Nyashis anakuanga ameoa nani, and then si ndo tunajaribu ku dig in, not them trying to show that they are in love. You see, I think personally I'm looking forward to such experience, not me trying to validate myself to the public that I'm connected to someone. Yeah.
All right. Gladson, Gladson has replaced the position of Dennis. Dennis is usually our lover boy in studio. Would you delete those photos or just leave them there?
Okay, well, you are deleting has a lot of things, and maybe we can start looking at it from the mental health perspective. What does you seeing those pictures make you become? Or how do you feel when you see those pictures? Sometimes unapata maybe it is still 1 year after the breakup, but still when you look at those pictures, you feel the anger, the betrayal, the guilt. Some are even traumatized. You see, so in such situations, you have no option but to delete the pictures. So at least for your own mental well-being, you'll have to delete the pictures. However, there are those pictures that it was a moment. You are angry.
Hold your microphone well.
You are angry. After being angry for some time, the thing just went out and you moved on into another relationship. And those pictures are some years back. And the current person that you are dating has no issue with them. Like ajakwambia to delete those pictures, I don't want to see them or something like that. Or we mwenyewe, they're not affecting your well-being as a person. Like ni past yangu, I went there, I had fun, I did my best, it didn't work, but now I need to do other things. So kama iku affect, don't delete. In fact, if you delete them, people will even talk more. Because utakuwa like, this guy maybe ni weak or mentally is not strong, you're not resilient enough. People will even be thinking a lot, but most will even appreciate you. Utakuuliza, mbona hujadelete? Nasema nah, that's part of my past. I'm a new person, I moved on. People will feel like, wow, this guy, I think we should learn something from him. People will respect you even more. But you can delete, you just be part of those people when you're deleting mko wengi, like just joining the list. And furthermore, as I finish, let's say this. The reason why most people even decide to remain private, just going back to this, mimi nasemanga ni vitu tatu. One of them is the upbringing. Maybe your parents were never affirming you enough. Uko unaambiwa leo unakaa smart, your uniform is good, you look beautiful, my daughter, my son. So unaona kitu kama hiyo. So you growing up, uta feel like what if I post myself there? then watu waniambie things sijazoea kuambia. Unaona? Or maybe they tell me the opposite. Instead of telling me you look smart, because sijawahi ambiwa na wazazi. So hakuna haja kuambia wale, because probably pia hawata comment, because kuna wale unapataga una post picture then no one comments. Then unakaa unaangalia hivi unasema hii na delete. You always say here ijanasa. You see it's not ijanasa. So una delete. You see so inakupiga. So if mimi nimekuja kwa life yako after such an episode, sitaelewa what happened. You see, I'll just be accusing you of, mbona utaki nikupost, mbona ujipost. Kumbe mimi najua, kuna siku niliweka kitu and no one commented, no one, maybe ilipata 10 likes. So I was like, nah, I'm not posting this. Then two, unapata kuna wale wenye, they're definitely hiding something. Mbona kama juzi pale CBD, kuna watu walipost, happy Valentine's, wakapost, mkapata mna share. Alafu ambeka chemuka. You see, so ukiona pia your man or your lady anakuambia, mimi sipendi kuko kwa social media, is not something for me. Oh, I don't do social medias, I do private life. Okay, so you need to dig deep. Uangalie why. That's why communication is very key in all this. So that usikuwe na misunderstanding, muulize why. Mbona juu hakuna mtu apende kuku out there. Kila mtu anapenda. We all love being out there, especially when you do something good. We love being out. So ukimuuliza, why are you mbona upendi akueleze? If you find that maybe related to something in the past, fine and good. But if ni mtu mwenye anaficha kitu, atashindwa, atakosa a valid reason ya kukuelezea why hataki kwa social media. Then ya mwisho ni hiyo the secrecy. Mtu anajua, kama mimi mwanaume anajua, maybe nikipost dem fulani ni hivyo. Sitawahi date mtu mwingine juu ataniuliza na ule ulipost ni mgani. So I will never use an argument again at mimi kusema mimi bado niko soko and stuff. So once nimeweka huyu kwa social media niseme love of my life, si ni love of my life. So unless I come and say again, now it's over. Huyu tumeachana naye. Because si nilikuweka social media nikisema you are the love of my life.
So just delete.
So I ndio nakwambia I need to come back and say now she's no longer the love of my life. I'm looking for another person. So a lot. So you need to tell us what waingie box tena, because most of these ladies are on social media more than us. So ukipost kitu they will see. Na mpaka kuna wengine hadi waga anakumbuka, by the way ndio hii anakuletea na huyu sasa. Okay, mimi ni love if I left side. Na huyu je. Ndio unataka kusema hizo, you know, she's the mother of my kids but I love you more. You try to inabidi umekubali ni wako, but you know deep down kuna kitu lazima. So that's why all these things happen. But anyway, at the end of the day, deleting is good if it's affecting you mentally. Maybe it's traumatizing you. Unajua kuna mtu they have this affection. They are so affectionate.
Yes.
Kuna msichana akikupenda like anaenda deep sana. In that, ukimwambia it's over saa hii ni hivyo, ana break down immediately. So that person moving on inakuwa mbaya. And the more anaona pictures zako, the more anakumbuka the good times. Alafu anakuja anakumbuka what you did ya mwisho, then everything happens. So deleting is good, but if you have to, because resilience is important, because when you go through an episode, it does not expire from your life. Iko. Even in the subconscious, iko tu pale. So what you do, you grow a resilience to it. Like it's there, but I can actually live with or without it. Yes.
Gladstone, I may crack the code. You have cracked the code about women. Because we will very much screenshots and remind you. Now, Daktari, they're talking about sometimes these posts or their photos keeps coming back on your timeline. Sometimes that also hinders somebody else's healing journey. Now, how do they go about that if their posts keep on popping up on your timeline? There's nothing you can do about, oh, maybe there is.
That's where we say the past is for reference, not for living. So the moment the past has happened, there is a very powerful tag where you can be able to say a very powerful statement, that's my past. And with a serious conclusion. Because there are people who will want to keep on pulling you back to the past. And so you have to be so strong to be able to say, that is my past, that's not who I am. And I also say another thing, especially when it comes to posting. Stop posting before you win. You're not married to that guy, you're not married to that woman who make a boyfriend. Let me tell you, it's like you're running a race, kamba iko pale, umepost. I believe if you're going to post anybody...
That applies to Come We Stay too.
Even, let me tell you, there are people who are suffering so much because they Come We Stayed. Lakini hawako sure. Be so sure that this is the person. Because there are people who are checking also on the past. You've posted maybe you have resilience, as he said. So wewe hauogopi kuweka past yako pale. So you have like 3 girlfriends, and somebody now you've come to a place where now you are seriously considering to get married.
Yeah.
And when you broke up, you never deleted those things. Then that person you're about to get married, they look at the past and they see one person whose probably reputation is horrible. And they're about to say yes.
Yeah.
And they suddenly say no. That's why I'm saying, if you are dating, stop posting these things. Because eventually, when maybe, for example, it doesn't work out, it will end up being a messy thing. And that's why I say, when you don't post unnecessary relationships, you're actually helping yourself in case it doesn't work out. Because you don't have to delete anything. So only post what belongs to. Nika kuweka gari ya deni hapo. Na bado hujalipa zote, alafu inachukuliwa. Now you have to again to go and explain where your car went. Kama hujaoa, hiyo ni deni. Kwa hivyo wacha tu nazo. You post friendships. Oh, maybe we were somewhere, alafu picha iko na watu 50, lakini unajua ako pale. But when it comes to something has come to an end, I think it is also good to accept it has come to an end. I would say my strong recommendation, it would be, if it was not a marriage, you know, there are marriages where you say, this was my, and people know you are married and 100%. But ilikuwa tu nika relationship up 2 years. Please go and delete it. Because your reference may take you back there. It may take you back there. Or it can mess for you. So just delete. Kuwa strong too. By the way, it is very, it requires a strong person to actually say delete.
I think it's actually easy to do it. Yeah. Just delete. Because you know, you've talked about you leave them there, yeah? And now a woman uses it to judge you. Tunaangalia tukisema, this is your taste. This is your taste. You love women who look like this, and maybe at that particular point that woman doesn't look like that. So you're vouching for deleting and not leaving them there.
I would agree. You know, the past, especially when it comes to relationship, if kama haukuendelea, tafadhali tu delete tu. Hata wao wacha wajue. Uliwaondoa. Because there's somebody who will be looking. You know, it actually helps you because some of the people, there are some exes who just want to monitor you. Wanakuangalia huyu amemove wapi, akiona bado amewekwa kwa picha pale, anajua ako relevant. And they may appear one day when you are at the weakest moment, when they see now you are having turbulence in your other relationship, and you had not deleted them, they appear again and they take advantage. So I think the best thing is, if you're not married to them, wa delete tu vizuri, ile hata onekana. Akienda hata kwa trash bin, you follow it there, you still empty the trash.
I would love to hear your comment on, somebody said moving on too quick, you know. Sometimes it's an issue when you've broken up with your partner and now you've moved on, you're posting somebody new and people start with these comments. You never love the other person, or you're doing 1, 2, 3 because you're trying to get back at the other person. Does moving on too quick really has an issue?
I say it has an issue because, you know, a broken heart takes time to heal. It takes time to heal. If you see a guy who broke his leg 2 months ago and he has gone back to the running track, you will be like, this guy needs to be careful. He could injure himself. Or is he trying to prove something? So it's, if somebody, you know, there are some people even when they want to prove that somebody will faint, and I've seen especially when it comes to leaders, maybe it's a leader, a president, he will stumble and fall, and they wake up so quickly and they try to be strong, and they're just trying to prove a point that they are strong. So I will say moving on too quickly shows that you're trying to prove to people that you're okay. And sometimes it can actually be a sign that you're not okay. So I will say, be so sure you are healed. Because you'll know when you are healed. Somebody knows when they are healed. Kidonda kama imepona, utajua imepona. If you're just doing it to prove to the other party, and which is what many people do. A guy amenyang'anywa msichana, I think they used the word kugongewa. Umegongewa, then now you want to prove to the next point. Look at, I will still use a celebrity in the West, Kanye West. Wamewachana Kardashian, he's married another woman immediately. But you can still see their issues. So they're trying to prove a point that I'm still that man. In fact, you're better off if you take time and you analyze the market in a wise way, so that when you move in, you learn the lesson. Then I always say, if you break up, look also at the reasons of what caused the breakup, especially on your side. Many people tend to criticize the other person, but they don't want to check on what could I have done wrong. And I think that will be a great learning lesson for everybody. You will become better. Otherwise, if you bounce to the next thing too quickly, then I think the only thing that you need to take up quickly is a job. If umekuvutwa kazi upate ingine, ingia. But relationship,
the most important points only.
Yes.
All right, we have some comments here, and Winnie Chepkemo is saying, if you can keep it private, then why not? Winnie here, Daisy's sisters. We have Daisy. Okay. Your sister is watching you. Felix Mule is saying, well put, Victoria Mulandi. Peter Kipngeno, privacy is key, no exposure at all. All right, kani weni ngombe unauswa. That is a very funny comment. My question to the plenary, how much privacy is too much privacy? We touched on that. Keep your love life private, whether broken or intact. Keep it to yourself. People outside there are backstabbers and pretenders. There's no price to pay for your private life. Mom, Daisy's cousin, okay? I think personally, Jonah Koriri is quite right. No one should overpost their partners at any cost. All right? I believe in privacy, keeping a low-key and never losing courage. We have another one here. For me, I believe in posting so very much because it increases the percentage of trust and validation of niko na wewe tu. Too much of posting is not encouraged, but not limited to anyone. Let's spice love. Amesema hivyo. This is Domiki. Domiki amesema let's spice love. Frank, a comment on that. Yeah, anasema, for me, I believe in posting so very much because it increases the percentage of trust and validation of niko na wewe tu.
Niko na wewe tu is a sweet term, but it has consequences. You see, for example, I think being a young consultant, I think in my next life, I'm going to make it to make social media with the relationship thing or the love thing coming in more valuable. You see, you can post your lover, but again indirectly. You see, maybe there's something she's doing, maybe a certain business she's doing. You can post her, no one will know this is your partner. But you see, at the same time, you're supporting what she does on a daily basis. The other thing, we've talked about deleting. How much are you going to delete? You see, if you are someone who is you love validation, definitely that means even if you get into another relationship, you are going to post. So how much are you going to delete? You see, the only way to escape that, it's how we've said that posting is not bad. But before posting, have a meeting with yourself. Like, just internalize yourself that I'm going to post this and this is what people will be seeing. You see, just be sure, because at the end of the day, as Gladson has said, you'll have to explain to us that what really happened the day you're not posting. You see, some will come and people are very funny, especially ladies. A lady will create even a pseudo account just to ensure that, how are you faring on? You know, like, and there are people who will tell you that, you know, me, I don't love social media things. I'm not even in social media. But in real sense, these people, they are there. So again, if someone tells you that they are not in social media, because I believe unless someone is staying in maybe the societal norms, the current generation, so many people are in social media. Unless you'll find maybe someone was there and something happened, na akamua kutoka kwa social media completely. But there's no one who is in social media, you know? So at the end of the day, if you are going to put a relationship to validation that I have to be told that I'm the only one, then know that again kuna pia ulemavu fulani uende uko nao. That's why you need validation each and every time. If you are complete, like I'm complete, why do you need validation?
All right. Of course, we are coming to the tail end of this conversation. Dr. How do you talk to your partner if you feel like their behavior online is not something that is making you happy? You feel like this is quite disrespectful to our relationship, especially if now you have been putting your relationship public. How do you now approach it that you're posting this and it's detrimental to the brand?
And I think the most important thing is have a very clear conversation. And don't attack the person. Analyze what was written. It is just like in organizational communication. You'll find they will bring out, before they send out any communication, they will study it very well. And they also check what could be the repercussions. So it is good to be with your partner, call them and show them the effect. Number one, it is having on you. Number two, it is having on them. Because if they don't understand that, then it will just be an argument. And openly say what you don't like. And I think somebody said very well that if you are not a person who wants to be posted on social media, then your partner should not post you. Because if they post you, they are actually messing up you as a person. So it is important to have a conversation, just like you can have a conversation when you have a disagreement. So bring up the social media and also agree on it. I will also add something. Let us all, as couples or people who are on social media, if you're on social media, learn some things about social media. There are trainings that you can go on social media that tell you what you need to post and how you need to post it. Because if you don't post it right, it can hit you hard.
All right. We are closing, and before, of course, the audience gives their final remark, maybe we can start with you, Dr.
I will say,
the question was, does love need an audience?
Yes, it does. Because if, for example, you're going to get married, you will call people to actually see that you got married. So there is nothing wrong with having love being an audience. If Isaac was not seen by King Abimelech kissing or playing around with a girlfriend, Abimelech angepita na huo msichana. Kwa hivyo sometimes public display is good, but in a moderation. Don't overdo it.
Okay.
If you have to do it, don't overdo it.
All right. Final remarks in 30 seconds each as we close. Let's start with you, Korir. Does love need an audience?
Yes, love need audience because privacy needs to be there, but privacy doesn't mean secrecy.
Okay.
So privacy, it has its own audience, the few. Okay, and to answer someone who said, let's spice love, we can spice love in a private way without involving social media. Yeah.
All right, unfortunately, time is up. So I would love to assume that Korir ametuongelelea sisi zote. All right, that brings us to the end of this conversation. Of course, thank you so much for being part of it. Thank you, Dr. Julius Kimani, for being here yet again. And before we go, for the first time ever, Real Men's Conference went live on Valentine's Day, but it wasn't what anyone expected. It followed a viral video.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's minds. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Shiksha Arora, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on The Green Fix as we look into the big why, you and I.
For comprehensive information and education on your health, Body Garage is here.
Don't allow anyone to pluck out your good tooth as long as it is strong and stable.
Cancer doesn't start today and you get the symptoms tomorrow. By the time you pick it or the time it is manifesting in you, probably will be there about 5 to 10 years.
The eye is the window to the rest of the body.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
And of course, you at home do take your water.
So the ultimate test is actually you check your urine. Your urine should be clear.
Clear like the water?
Yes. Should be able to see the other side of the urine. If your urine is colored or has changed color, you cannot see the other side, then you have not taken enough water.
Don't forget regular health checkups. Early detection saves lives.
I want the message be, we can prevent cervical cancer. We prevent cervical cancer in several ways. You have young girls and even somebody who's above that age, you can pay at least.
So much for watching. That brings us to the end of Morning Cafe. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Have a good day.